You might have noticed that I don't run 4.9 GHz AVX anymore. That's because I want to bring down the temperatures. In other games like Mafia 3 and 1080p testing, I could see 80 to 90 degrees. And I'm not going out to buy a new radiator. I'm just trying to run it like any reasonable person would do. Like the average Joe, like me or you. We go, we buy this CPU, we watch a Der Bauer video, he's going to set it 1.34 volts, AVX offset -2, SSE instruction frequency to 4.9, and that's it. But I understand if you're an enthusiast like me or someone else in the audience, because yeah, it's Dishonored 2, 5 GHz is nice. But I'm not going to spend another 150 bucks for what's 5%. So 10% of the market can enjoy frame rates for maybe 1% of people who actually buy this card. It does make sense. So I had to make a compromise and pick your poison. I'm going to run it at 4.7 GHz, which is also more or less Ryzen 3rd gen single thread. And Ryzen is pretty much awesome at this point, right? So the only ones that are going to laugh are going to be Ryzen 5000 series owners, because they are going, these 150 bucks you could have saved, you could have used for Ryzen. I'm like, yeah, damn right. There's a point. There is a strong point. So we are not going to discuss in the comment sections about CPU clock frequencies and why I changed it or anything. We're just going to focus on the frame rates. Thanks. So let's get into it. Let's start with 1440p on max settings, basically. Without cancer, and without cancer. We don't want cancer. Do you want cancer? No, I don't want cancer. Cancer? Well, never needed to use it, but if you have to. And the game, according to PC Game Wiki, is basically limited all the time to 120 FPS, because if you go above it, you will run into physics issues. Basically like in Skyrim. But Skyrim was 60 FPS, I think. Also going to turn off triple buffering. We don't need the smoothness, what we want are the frame rates. This is a setting I thought a bit more about, because yeah, I mean, one wants to benchmark and have the highest frame rate, and the other wants to have the smoothest frame rate. While I would turn it on because it's the smoothest, I want to see if it really does even anything with such a CPU and such a GPU at this day and time. If it stutters, I'm going to try and maybe turn it on. But that's it. Now, this surprises even me. Wow, look at the GPU temperature, look at the clock, look at the usage, look, oh, this is beautiful. This should have been the performance at release. God damn, it's smooth.
Playing dice tonight.
That's a relief. Don't know.
But as always, audio is fucked up.
He's made a dog's breakfast out of the whole thing. And who's got to clean it up?
There's some weird sound issue. Wait a moment. Now.
So many people trying to get away from Karnaka now. But where are you gonna go? There's money here, even if it's dirty.
Let's see what you've got.
Just a bottle of whiskey. Maybe try my luck
Outside
at
us,
dice.
crooked cock.
It could basically maybe sometimes reach 240 FPS if usage were really at 50. Alright, some scenes like here it could, but of course you have the classics like this with 80%, but still. Oh yeah, I remember at release day there was a weird CPU bottleneck right here. It's like Evil Within 2. You will see dips due to CPU bound scenario right here, but you don't really see the GPU usage drastically different. In fact, it rises.
Let's take another one for safety. There. Almost.
Careful with that sword. The Grand Guard won't like it. This can't be.
Everyone is looking for me. It might. Pay to be discreet.
Happen if you reported me. I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice. Please? It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? This is how we get rid of snitches. Remember, if anyone asks, he just ran through it. Yeah, we couldn't stop him. Somebody's down! This won't go unpunished. What? I'm coming!
Ah yes, the classic CPU bound scenario right here. So basically what we have is we pack at GPU bound scenarios with 120 FPS. The GPU only needs about 70-80% of its usage. And of course, once the CPU bound scenario comes in, the GPU has to wait for the CPU, blah blah blah. 20 FPS get lost, and the usage doesn't really change because it's not really doing much more work. It's not really doing less work too. It's just waiting. It's I don't know how to explain it. I hope there's a hardware engineer here in the comment section who could explain it. But let's go ahead, because this is also the scene I'm going to benchmark in 1080p too. Really exciting to see it.
We're conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What?
Perverse
Here?
in this place.
Listen, I only need
This
to...
area is restricted on the authority of the Abbey. No one is allowed inside.
Be ever vigilant against
I think this is the lowest point we can go.
Dig deep, brother. Remember that the profane seeks to hide itself.
Let's try and maximize the field of view.
Root out the signs of corruption. Seek the scribblings and scratchings of heresy.
Not that much. But still, let's leave it like this. It won't really do much difference in this previous area, but here it will. More to render. Heavier load.
Karnaka's sickness runs deep, brother. Look in every corner.
Ever heard of an invention called flamethrower? Just burn the city to the ground like a fucking punk. Nah. Bad. Exactly the same. How much GPU power and usage? Pff, instead of 70 it's now 50. Nah. Let's get back to 1440p because CPU bound scenarios 1080p is pretty useless.
To keep our charges from everlasting pain and suffering, to prevent even...
Hello, welcome. Nothing then.
threatens to devour the... Who is Keep trying!
My luck, it'll be that Vistic crown.
I smell heresy. You're going to pay for his death! What's going on here? You aren't going anywhere!
Someone!
So, that's... Did you hear that?
Hard times. Be on the lookout.
I wonder if it's really CPU bound. I mean, we are inside. What could be CPU demanding right here? There can't be anything. Doesn't make any sense. But I can't explain it. Evil Within was pretty easy, but this is a bit more weird. Because usually it's just cities with CPU, but here it's 119, 114, why? 115. YOLO, hoffen. Oh, let's hope we can.
I'd like to whip up something to burn out Delilah's tongue and throat. Let's find a good map. Ah yeah, this was pretty demanding too. Sadly, I don't have any or all save states. I can't really benchmark everything. So it's going to be a quick video.
Anybody? Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have time for that.
Maybe it's not that demanding. What am I talking about? Nothing of... Now you get it. No scene is demanding, it's just CPU-bound scenes that they are demanding because you can't really escape them. But if it's GPU-bound... Locked 120. Yeah, like this doesn't really make any sense, right?
Something unsavory going on. I'm getting good and drunk after this.
Clearly, Dr. Hypatia's not seeing patients anymore.
What was this drop? 77? Right here some... Oh! That's interesting. That's interesting. No. We didn't have that in 1440p, no? Hmm. Such a severe CPU bottleneck. Holy fuck. This engine does not like it at all. Let's do 1080p at the beginning. And sadly I don't have more save states, but you can guess you can't hold 120 because of CPU bound scenarios. And with CPU bound you can. Except with one hive in this Addermire Institute, where it was with GPU usage about 90% for a short time, with the bees and you know, these reds fucking fly things. It's the same behavior as Evil Within. Yeah, it's the same behavior, basically. Not with GPU usage, but with these weird spikes, and then they are gone and don't occur anymore. And I'm not talking anymore. I can't tell what's wrong with this game. Seems like it fixed itself. Maybe it was loading something? Yeah, I think it was loading something.
I'm getting tired of the sound of my own voice.
I've had more important things to worry about.
I'll break your face! No, you still can't! Stranger! Don't let you get away so easily!
Yeah, run, coward.
This can't be!
What happened here?
That's it. Keep your distance. You don't stand a
Can't
chance.
stand the likes of you. What is this?
This isn't...
Someone's not feeling well. I need help. Help me, someone.
You think you're
Anyone.
so superior?
I hope it's.
I don't want to die.
I forgot how much I love this game. Ah man, the physics, the combat and everything.
It's infested, all right. Move slowly, stay away from the nests, try to avoid getting filled with bloodfly venom and eggs.
Ah, blood flies.
Everyone is looking for me. It might pay to be discreet.
I warned you. Please, you gave me no choice. It's too late for that, Rapallo. Guess what happens next? This is how we get rid of snitches. Remember, if anyone asks, he just ran through it. Yeah, we couldn't stop him.
The wall of light, from the time of the rat plague.
conducting a search for heretical artifacts.
What?
I
What's
wonder
the
who
matter?
that was.
I saw.
By the street!
She's made a dog's breakfast of the whole thing. And who's got to clean it up? Of course, as always.
Because these scenes existed too, I remember.
It was a lovely city once.
And they have no demand.
Began choking the life out of the place. Before the Crown Killer started painting the walls red. Now you're here.
Well, and because I'm certain someone else didn't watch the other video, I'm just going to quickly go to 4K. I want to see what I can do. Yep. Same CPU bound scenario. It goes even lower this time though. There's more to it than just CPU. There's more to it than just CPU. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to make an opinion about this. It's going to be a mystery forever. If anybody knows, write it down in the comments. But this is basically the result. CPU bones everywhere, and if you don't have CPU bones, it's pretty much easy peasy to run it at locked 120 G-Sync. I'm really happy if we make a Dishonored 3 with ray tracing and RTX3080. God damn, that would be so beautiful.
What's wrong with this city?